Sky News, our partners, are reporting up to 60 people dead at this point. Dr. Alex del Carmen of Tarleton State University is a terrorism expert. He joins us on the phone right now to give his perspective on what is happening right now. Dr. Del Carmen, thank you so much for being with us on such short notice in this incident. And we heard Sky News talking about this incident and how it played out. Many times when we see incidents like this where a truck is involved, it's usually some sort of explosive. And while we don't know that that's still not the case, taking a truck and physically running into a crowd of people, a different tact by an attack of some sort, might you say?
Absolutely. And first and foremost, thank you for having me. Our hearts go out to the victims and to the relatives of this horrible attack. There is no question that terrorists are now relying on simple methods of transportation to try to inflict terror on others. And what we are seeing is what we predicted a few weeks ago, which is that they're going to try to focus in other areas other than airports, other than airplanes, to try to see if they can inflict terror on massive numbers of people.
And I guess to that point, again, trying to be as unpredictable as possible, these terrorist organizations. And again, we have not heard that a particular terrorist organization has claimed responsibility for this. But if this is indeed an attack of some sort, it is a testament to the unpredictability that we see in these attacks moving forward.
Absolutely. And what we are seeing now is a shift of tactics. And what they're basically trying to let us know is that even if we fortify airports, even if we scan everyone that comes in through the airports, they're going to find a way to kill innocent people that is going to affect our everyday way of life.
Dr. Alex del Carmen, thank you very much. Stand by if you can. If you've got some time, please stand by, and we'll come back to you. Reports now from the Interior Minister saying that there will likely be several dozen dead after a truck drove into that crowd of revelers celebrating Bastille Day in the French resort city of Nice. I want to go back quickly to Dr. Alex del Carmen, a terrorism expert from Tarleton State University. How much time do we expect to go by as this continues to develop, where we will possibly hear of a claim of responsibility? Is it usually a day or a couple of days? How long do we usually need to wait in that sense?
You know, based on past behavior, they typically wait 24 to 48 hours, but we have seen as long as 3 or 4 days before they actually claim responsibility. I would suspect that they want to maximize visibility, and so within a couple of days we are going to hear who was responsible for the attacks.
And, of course, as we have been hearing from Sky News, this is, of course, the second major attack in France. We remember last November in Paris. Is France becoming a major target for terrorists now that we are seeing, as we have seen these last two attacks within a year?
France has been a fluid environment for terrorism for a while, and what we are seeing now is a sign and evidence that France will probably serve as one of the countries where terrorism is going to be inflicted the most in the coming 12 to 24 months.
Dr. Alex del Carmen of Tarleton State University. He is a terrorism expert and has been joining us for our coverage. Again, I'll ask you to stand by as long as you can. Paris was struck by jihadists with attacks on Charlie Hebdo magazine and a Jewish supermarket. That left 17 dead. Just going around to other attacks as well. In June of 2015 in France, a Frenchman, Yassine Salih, killed and beheaded his boss and displayed that severed head over on the fence of a gas plant. There are many other attacks as well. We are, of course, point you back to November of 2015, 9 men, most of whom had fought alongside Islamic State extremists, unleashed explosive near the Stade France stadium and opened fire on people enjoying a night out at bars and restaurants. That's the attack that we referred to last time in Paris. And of course, we come to this point where we are following the events in Nice, where at last report from French police officials, 73 people have been killed. And I want to go back to Dr. Alex del Carmen of Tarleton State University, a terror expert who has graciously continued to join us here for this attack, for this coverage of this attack. And thank you, Dr. del Carmen, for staying with us. And I know we talked about this before, and again, 10 terror attacks, if this is indeed deemed a terror attack, since January of last year. And I know we talked about this before, but for those who may be just joining us, you are saying that France definitely has been a target of terror in recent memory, as we are seeing by this list of attacks.
You know, unfortunately it has, and what we have predicted for some time now is that it will continue to be. France, Einstein defined insanity by keep on doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. And I think that the French need to step up and understand that if they continue their current practices, they will continue to be the subject of many more attacks to come.
Dr. Alex del Carmen, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate your insight and your expertise.